Greetings, my beloved Eponita, and welcome to another glorious episode of Painting. Give me 2 seconds to just get the live up on the laptop so I can make sure everything is looking good. Oh, the map! Fuck, I forgot about the map. How dare I? I'm very tired. I didn't get to bed till 4 a.m. I had a mad dream. Ugh. That's better. We have a new addition to the Painting Goo. What we call him? You can't really see him, I suppose. I'll have to get a black map so the chicken doesn't blend in as much. How fucking cool is this? Shout out to Snowy from the community, creative community thing that I'm a part of, Creative Places. Masterful work. Absolutely masterful work. The only reason I'm not cuddling him like a fucking toddler is because I don't want to ruin him. Beautiful. The craftsmanship. Absolutely epic. And she said that she's going to do the demon one and the angel one and all. Can't wait. But yeah, we need to name him. Come up with a funny name, something to do with hormone injections or vaccinations or something. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, Emmanuel. Fuck. How old was she? I mean, if she's your auntie, she must have been in her 70s, 80s. Well, may her passing to the next realm be peaceful and gentle. Oh, she's home now. So, let's try and focus on that. Everybody say a prayer for Emmanuel's auntie. May her journey to the other side be one of grace. Oh, man, I'm tired. I've had a fairly productive day. I need to move this back a little bit. I don't want to cover Tobias, but I also want to get all of Pinrig Gribshits. Glibshits. Fucking hell. Ooh. Be careful not to fucking damage the TV is right behind. I have the phone on one of them arm things that you can put your phone in. There we go. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. She is well loved and sorely missed. Well, that's all any of us can ask for. So she did a good job, if that's the case. That's all any of us can ask for in the end. Is to be surrounded in our last moments by people who love us. The guy who had a delivery driver come to my door there the other day to deliver the... okay, back to the stream. No worries. I had the delivery driver who dropped off the HelloFresh box. And he was like, I've never seen this many funerals. And I think he's a local. Like I could be wrong, but that's what I said. What I said to him was like, dude, I've only been here 5 years, and I've seen more funerals like in a row than I've ever seen. Like of the 20 odd years that I lived in Dublin, a lot of people dying. A lot of people dying. All the old people are dying off. And if the fucking woke horde have their way, it's probably going to be a lot of. Well, we already did have during the COVID period. We had all these like young people dropping dead of fucking heart attacks and stuff. Madness. The fact that they have the gall to try and convince people that a teenage boy dropping dead from a heart attack on a fucking football field or a hurling field or whatever is like not an unusual thing. It's like, what's with all the defibrillators? Why have we got defibrillators everywhere? Oh, don't mind them. That's totally normal. Like, fucking hell. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I just couldn't get to sleep. Fucking, and then I had what felt like a very long dream. It's like, some teenage boys fucking had pistols, or one of them had a pistol, and they were like shooting into a house across the street. I was like, what the fuck? I ran over to like see if I could help. But then I ended up sitting in with the guy whose house they shot up, and he was like a bit older than me, maybe in his 40s or 50s, and he was telling me how much of a nuisance they are, and he never thought he'd have to arm himself living in this country, and he got himself like a fucking maybe I think my subconscious maybe had like 30-06 sitting there or something, because he like took out this like box of cartridges and they were like massive rifle rounds. And I was just like, well, if you're looking to kill a bunch of unruly teenagers, that'll do the job. Like, it's the longest dream I've had in a while, which is probably why I still had the energy to do what I did up until now. But I'm starting to fucking I'm starting to fade. My energy's starting to dip. So today's stream is going to be a little bit slower and calmer. Oh, dude, that's not the half of it. Like that's the least intense dream I've had the last few days. I had another dream the other day about. It was weird. It was like it's a very similar dream, but in a different context. I was in this apartment building that was like a slum kind of setup, where like all the rooms were like apartments. It wasn't like, it was very like poor living conditions. And again, somebody was like threatening people with a fire, and it was Logan Paul. The guy threatening people with a pistol was Logan Paul. And there was a few people that I knew there, some of my old friends, and we like came up with a plan to like deal with the person. And we kicked the door in, and my friend, like Max Payne style, like dove into the room and shot at him, but he missed. And it was like he only had like a few bullets in his gun, so when he missed, he realized that he'd left himself completely exposed with no hard cover, and instantly was like, oh, because he figured your man was going to return fire and kill him. And I had a knife in my hand, and I threw it at him, and it knocked the gun out of his hand. And then somebody else ended up like taking him out, like shooting him, because the second I realized that I knocked the gun out of his hand, but I didn't eliminate the threat, I was like, oh shit, and I like dipped back out, because it wasn't a kill shot, and somebody else finished him off, and then me and my friend proceeded to have an argument about whether or not I did knock the guy's pistol out of his hand with the knife, And I was like, dude, you were there. Maybe you were so distracted by, the fact that you were cowering, in fear because he thought he was going to shoot you. But like, it was such a weird dream. Like, I had another one where I was like, I was wearing hiking boots, but for some reason they felt like rollerblades. Like there was no friction in my steps, and I was like zooming around this like college campus area, and I was on this huge cobblestone bridge at one stage that had no side rails, and you don't see that really. Like, do you know what I mean? You hardly ever see a bridge, if ever see a bridge that doesn't have like barriers or railings. And it was this beautiful, massive cobblestone bridge going from the campus over to like a really dense. It didn't even look like a city. It looked like a housing estate, but all the houses were like fitted on top of each other, like towers and apartment blocks or something. Like, my mind has just been like, whoa, lately, like, um, which is probably a good thing, but I'm fucking tired. Fucking tired. Charge your chi. Yeah, I literally was for about half an hour before the stream. I was just like, in horse stance doing me qigong. But that was mainly to warm myself up because I knew I'd be sitting beside this poxy window. Like, I'm wearing my jumper, which I don't usually do because I'm such a fucking gay that I think it ruins the aesthetic of the kimono t-shirt. But right now I'm just tired and I don't want to be cold, so I don't care. I found a chicken nugget. Chat, should I eat it? No. Why would you even ask such questions? I know it's tempting. I know chicken nuggets are fucking delicious. Oh, now I want chicken nuggets. Damn you, Desmond. Oh, fuck, man, I'm tired. I need tunes. Tunes will help. Oh, fuck. And continuing the tradition of the past few weeks, we have new tunes. What was it? First Contact. And the other one's just called Episode 412. Is that the first time the Borg show up or something? What's that like? Right. I shall commence First Contact version 1. Oh! Sumimasen!
Time is not a river.
Oh, Jesus.
It is a battlefield.
I just gotta look at how shit I look.
They are coming.
I look pale and tired. Yeah. I need rest. This is deadly. This is like 90s rave.
Through broken light and shattered years.
That's deadly.
Red lights burn on steel and bone.
Oh, fuck.
The stars feel closer.
Hopefully not of the premonition sort. Yeah, tell me about it.
They breach the night. Cold logic dressed as endless might. They do not hate, they do not feel. They only harvest, merge, and steal. The past awakens, fragile, thin. If they succeed, we never begin. History bends beneath their hand. One moment more, and none will stand. I will not sacrifice the Enterprise. We've made too many compromises already.
The line must be drawn here.
They invade our space, and we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds, and we fall back. Not again. The line must be drawn here. This far and no farther. And
Yeah, that's fucking deadly. I knew you were gonna put the line in it. The second I started hearing it, I was like, oh, he put the quote in it. Oh, yeah. The line must be drawn here and no further.
She offers peace without the pain. A world where choice is rendered plain. But perfection forged in silent chains is just another form of slain. I will not sacrifice the enterprise. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats. They invade our space. And we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds. And we fall back.
You're certain they weren't rollerblades? I remember looking down and like there was no wheels. But I was like moving as if they were like, you know, but they were like my old hiking boots. I was like, what is this?
We make them pay for what they've done. Below the decks, the future sleeps. A fragile dream, the night still keeps. A rocket waits in silent prayer for courage born in open air. One small step through fear and flame to teach the stars the human name. Not born of conquest, steel or throne, but from the will to stand alone. I have seen this enemy before. Not in metal, but in myself. And I will not let it win. The ghosts return, old scars ignite. Vengeance calls into the fight. Every loss, each fallen friend demands a war that never ends. But hands unclenched, the breath is slow. Command is knowing when to let go. To choose the path that hatred fears and rise above our darkest years. No perfect code, no flawless plan. Outshines the heart of flawed made man. We are the sum of what we choose. And still, there's everything to lose.
That's fucking epic, man. A fucking 90s rave thing about first contact with the Borg. Again, like I'm just picturing like a video in my, like a music video in my head of like all the Borg marching to the rhythm. Like, oh man, it's deadly.
They invade our space, and we fall back.
Right, I need more opacity, so gotta bring out the big guns
Hear this truth.
that are actually the small
We
guns.
were tested, and we refused. Not by force, no fear, no flame, but by the courage to remain human.
This fucking slaps. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. That's suppose I could just do it here. No, not yet. Do the other one. Alright, so this is version 2.
Time is not a river.
Oh, excuse me.
It is a battlefield. And once again, they are coming.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Through broken light and shattered years, a signal cuts through ancient fears. Red lights burn on steel and bone. The stars feel closer than our home. From silent voids, they breach the night. Code logic dress.
All the lyrics could also apply to the Necrons out of Warhammer. I think that's really cool.
They only harvest, merge, and steal. The past awakens, fragile thin. If they succeed, we never begin. History bends beneath their hand. One moment more, and none will stand. I will not sacrifice the Enterprise. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats. They invade our space, and we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds, and we fall back. Not again!
Not again!
The line must be drawn here.
That's deadly.
This far and no farther. And I will make them pay for what they've done, 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 done.
This fucking slaps! I wanna go kill a lot of Borg now.
Corridors hum with crawling dread. Metal whispers of the dead. Faces frozen, half alive. Trapped between the hive and mind. A queen ascends on wires and grace. With poison words and patient face. She turns the man I used to be. With promises of certainty. She offers peace without the pain. A world where choice is rendered plain. But perfection forged in silent chains is just another form of slaying. I will not sacrifice the Enterprise. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats. They invade our space, and we fall back.
They're basically explaining the woke. It really, like, it applies so. It's like a 1-to-1 comparison. Like,
Not again!
not again!
The line must be drawn here.
I fucking love it.
This far and no farther. And I will make them pay for
What they've done.
done, done, done. Below the decks, the future sleeps. A fragile dream, the night still keeps. A rocket waits in silent prayer. For courage born in open air. One small step through fear and flame. To teach the stars the human name.
I think I prefer the first one.
Stand alone. I have seen this enemy before. Not in metal, myself,
There we go. Yeah.
and I will not let it win. The ghosts return, all scars ignite. Vengeance claws into the fight. Every loss, each fallen friend demands a war that never ends. But hands unclenched, the breath is slow. Command is knowing when to let go. To choose the path that hatred fears and rise above our darkest years. No perfect code, no flawless plan. Outshines the heart of flawed made man. We are the sum of what we choose, and still there's everything to lose. I will not sacrifice the Enterprise. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats. They invade our space, and we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds, and we fall back. Not again!
I like that bit.
The line must be drawn here. This far and no farther. And I will make them pay for what they've done.
You know, I might actually I might just do the whole thing white, and then that'll allow me to go over it with grey. And
Let the future hear this truth. We were tested. And we refused. Not
the
by
difference in
force,
opacity
nor
is
fear,
ridiculous.
nor flame, but by the courage to remain human.
I want to listen to the first one again. It fucking slapped.
It's not a river. It is a battlefield.
It's fucking 7 minutes long, and I'm not complaining.
Time is not a river. Time is not a river. It is a battlefield. And once again,
Not again.
they are coming. Through broken light and shattered years, a signal cuts through ancient fears. Red lights burn on steel and bone. The stars
There's,
are closer than our
Yeah, red lights on steel and bone.
silent
Fucking.
voids they breach.
I don't know if any of you have ever played Mass Effect. Jeez, I've played like nearly everything. Obviously, that's not true. But like, I've played a lot of video games. The Mass Effect franchise, the trilogy. Well, I suppose it's not actually a trilogy, is it? Because Andromeda exists, but we shall not speak of it. It's not actually that bad, but like, it flopped like a newborn giraffe. The enemy that you end up becoming aware of, like, you know, the enemy in the background ruling everything through the shadows that you end up becoming aware of, are really fucking cool. They're called the Reavers, or the Reapers, or the Reavers. I can't remember. But there's this one called, is it Sovereign? It's really cool. The voice of Sovereign was fucking dead. It's basically a giant robotic cuttlefish. It looked like a hand. When you like the first couple of times you get glimpses of it through the visions that you get, or that your character gets, it looks like this like giant metal, like onyx colored hand. that fucking like descends from the sky with like red lightning and all this shit. And it's not quite like the Borg because they don't assimilate; they just annihilate. They don't assimilate um they just show up and wreck everything. So they're actually more similar to the Necrons from Warhammer 40k, where every you know fucking several millennia or whatever, like once the biomass of the galaxies gets to a certain point, they reactivate and they basically show up and cleanse the place and start everything again. Um, and the first time you hear this thing is just so cool. It's kind of hard to describe. It's not quite demonic. It's robotic and it's synthetic, but it's deep and foreboding and sinister. Like, do you know what I mean? What it was his the one of the first lines he said is like, "Our existence is beyond your comprehension. I am sovereign." Like, and all this shit. Like, and you're just listening to this message. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? And then you realize that it's this fucking thing that like you keep seeing descending from the sky and then like annihilating shit. And then when you finally get to see the whole thing, you're like, is that a fucking squid? And then you get a full look at it and you're like, oh, it's not really a squid, it's more like a cuttlefish. Um like because the way the back of it is shaped and all, it's got that kind of like, um like a reverse drop of water, like a drop of water upside down, and then just with this like hand coming out of it, like it's fucking so cool. Like, but that's like the whole thing of like the lyrics in the song there, where it's like like red lights and steel and all like that. That line in particular doesn't actually remind me of the Borg because the Borg are steel and green lights, like, do you know what I mean? But definitely reminds me of the Reavers and Sovereign. Um, the episode 412 is the Goo episode transcribed into song form. Was a test, not perfected bit yet, but I want you. No way! You just transcribed the whole episode into a song. Nice. Oh, dude, you're such a fucking like you're such a nerd, and I love it so much. Like, I don't get to really nerd out hard. Um, robotic space Cthulhu. Yes, yes, exactly that. Robotic space Cthulhu. Exactly. I that was a masterful use of the English language right there. Yeah, that was incredibly articulate. Robotic space Cthulhu. Yeah, exactly. Um, fucking jeez, this shit's dry already. Fucking hell. The goo is telling me to shut the fuck up and play the music. I will oblige. Yeah, this is fucking class, man. I'm loving the the 90s rave shit. Like, it's so cool.
Night, cold logic dressed as a display. They do not hate, they do not fear. They only harvest, merge, and steal. The past awakens, fragile, thin. If they succeed, we never begin. History bends beneath their hand. One moment more, and none will stand. I will not sacrifice the Enterprise. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats. They invade our space, and we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds, and we fall back. Not again. The line must be drawn here. As far and no farther. And I will make them pay for what they've done. silent chains is just another form of slain. I will not sacrifice the Enterprise. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats. They invade our space. And we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds. And we fall back. Not again. The line must be drawn here. As far and no farther. And I will make them pay for what they've done.
Yeah, that fucking slaps.
Below the decks, the future sleeps. A fragile dream the night still keeps. A rocket waits in silent prayer. For courage born in open air. One small step through fear and flame. Teach the stars the human name. Not born of conquest, steel or throne.
Okay. Robotic Space Cthulhu is so fucking cool.
I have seen this
Love it.
enemy before. Not in metal, but in myself. And I will not let it win. The ghosts return, old scars ignite. Vengeance calls into the fight. Every loss, each fallen friend demands a war that never ends. But hands unclenched, the breath is slow. Command is knowing when to let go. To choose the path that hatred fears. And rise above our darkest years. No perfect code, no flawless plan. Outshines the heart of flawed made man. We are the sum of what we choose. And still, there's everything to lose.
Fucking slaps, man. Oh, forgot to descend into proper Penjingo posture.
I will not sacrifice the Enterprise. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats. They invade our space. And we fall back. Let the future hear this truth. We were tested. And we refused. Not by force, no fear, no flame. But by the courage to remain human.
Fucking deadly. I like how long it is. Phrasing. Right, episode 4. So, what is this? Yesterday's episode or something? What episode are we on? I've been so bad with that lately. Like for months now, I haven't even been counting the episodes. I haven't been uploading the Rumble. None of it. Like, certified solid banger. Yeah, definitely. Like, just realized this sounds like a trans allegory. Like, yeah, like that. That's why I was like, saying it's like a 1-for-1 with the woke horde. It's like, because people say all the time, or have said in the past, like where it's like, give them an inch and they'll take a mile. And like that's what society has done with the woke horde is like, oh well, maybe we should be more tolerant. Like we don't want to be mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not a homophobe. Like blah blah blah. Like and like look at where we are now. You know, same shit with feminism. Same shit with the trans. Fucking same shit with the woke. Like it's all like when you look at it. When you look at it for what it really is like a bunch of absolute psychopaths figured out how to use our good side against us. Um, it's like, oh, they're tolerant, are they? Oh, they're like open minded and willing to uh, unwilling to change, are they? Oh, well, let's see how tolerant they are. Let's see how open minded they are. Let's see, like And I always get reminded of that line from Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War, the librarian from the Space Marines, where he's like, an open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. And you're just like, yeah, that's fucking true, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you need to have an open mind. It's like, why? So that you can put stuff in it, take stuff out of it. You want my mind to be open so you can manipulate it. You know? It is. It's an incredibly insidious fucking thing. Like, the Borg woke horde, same thing. Yeah, like it really is. Like it really fucking is. That's what I thought was so funny about yesterday when I went to that session. Fuck it, year one Liebe, like she's like Muslim, like sitting there in the hijab and all, like, and I described. I said I call it the woke horde, and they're comparable to the Borg. And I don't think she knew what the Borg was, or maybe she did. But like when I said woke horde, she like laughed and she was like, "Yes," and all. Like, and she was the one saying like, "It's always the truth." Like, it was incredibly cathartic. It was incredibly like it really put me at ease to be surrounded by even just five, like four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there was six of us, including me, but there was five of them at the table, and all from different, like uh, not even all of us were white. Snowy, the Chinese girl sitting there, like, you know what I mean, like, So if you wanted to be like stereotypical, you'd think that she would be the communist, but she's not at all, like. Now, obviously, if you fucking uh, throw an ounce of logic in there, it's like, well, obviously, she's not fucking going to be like that if she's in Ireland, which is a Western nation, like. Although, having said that, our government seems to be cozying up to fucking Xi Jinping or whatever his fucking name is. Is it Xi? Yeah, Xi Jinping, the current leader of the CCP. Um, that it was really nice to be surrounded by be it a small group of people, but a group of people who, like, everything I said, they were just like, yeah, and then like they weren't just agreeing with me; they had stuff to say too, a lot to say. They had a lot of shit to say too, like, and it wasn't just like a lot of anti woke, anti evil, anti communistic Marxist stuff. Like it was just life stuff. It was just life stuff, like growing up over the past, like, or well, not even growing up because some of them are older than me. Obviously, it's like being alive in this timeline for the past 15 odd years. They all had their own experiences. They all had their own like things to say about what they'd experienced and like how they find it like utterly nonsensical and all, like. And it was just really brought my soul this like sense of calm where I was like, oh, thank fuck, like, do you know what I mean? Because it's like it's not like I feel alone or anything, because like I'm not I'm not afraid. If anything, I get like, I think my weakness is I need to rein in my anger and my berserker rage, my bloodlust, my want for like murder and shit, like, do you know what I mean? Which makes a lot of sense when you look at the cosmological shit. Like Scorpios rule sex and death, and like I've always had a thing of like I'm a really, really, really nice guy, and like I'm funny and people like me and I'm very friendly and like, I share things, I'm compassionate, I'm empathetic. But there's a specific frequency range where when I come across people who are like mean to kids, people who are rude, people who don't have honor, like just assholes, like the wicked. When the wicked, or the, well, not just the wicked, the weak, the unwilling to say truths, the unwilling to like admit where they're wrong and like the unwilling to level up, that really fucks with me, like that really like uh it activates this like fire in me where I'm just like similar to Picard in that moment, in First Contact, where he's trying to maintain his calm. He's like, despite all of the things that happened to him, despite becoming a Borg himself at one stage and having those memories and still having the nightmares of being part of a hive mind and losing his independence and losing his humanity and managing to get it back, is very similar to me like becoming suicidal and like wanting to end my own life, and because I was sick of the struggle and the pain and the confusion and nothing making sense, and like feeling, despite being surrounded by friends in quotes, like feeling ostracized and alone and misunderstood, and like I couldn't communicate my true self to people and all these things. Like that's what Picard is doing in a sense in that moment, is like he is facing this thing that he knows all too well. And he when Riker walks into his quarters, he's in the dark on his own, finding his light, finding his peace, and he is using beauty and truth to remind him of who he really is. He's listening to that beautiful song that has that 6 or 7 second long moment of like sinister vibration in it, like, and Riker comes in and he's like, I can't remember what he said, but he's like, is that blah blah blah? And he's like, Berlioz, like, and he tells him which one it is and all, like, and then Riker asks him a few more questions. I can't remember the whole scene, word for word, but that's when Picard kind of loses it a bit. He's like, oh no, that's not when he loses it. It's when the black lady's talking to him later. Then when he loses it, he smashes the cabinet. He's like, she Jean-Luc, blow up the damn ship! No, no! And he like wrecks the place and all, like, because he's just at his wits end, like, But like the scene where Riker walks in, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to maintain his calm in the face of something that he knows is incredibly evil, and like that's why he says that. He's like, we keep just losing, we keep giving ground, we keep just accepting defeat. It's not that they keep beating us, it's not that they are more powerful, it's not that it's not that resistance is futile. Do you know what I mean? It's like, stop listening to that, to them. You know, we are the Borg. Your blah 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 will be assimilated into our own, and all this, and like resistance is futile. Like, when you really think about it, when you think about what kind of mindset would tell an opponent that resistance is futile, it's like, you're afraid to fight. You're lazy. You don't want. It's like the opposite of the Klingons in a way, where the Klingons are like, I want your best warriors. I want this to be a glorious 6 day, 6 month, 6 year, 6 decade, 6 century long fucking bloody war that will be written, carved into stone for all to see for all eternity, that like we fought and fought and fought like for honor and shit. Like, it's none of that. It's the total opposite. It's like, you may as well give up because we're gonna win, because we always win. It's like, so you are weak, you know. It's such a cool. It's why I love Star Trek, because like it's essentially a um sci-fi take on like our actual history, like all the naval battles and like all this like mad fucking interplay between all these cultures that are starting to like really integrate and combat each other because sea travel became ubiquitous in a sense where like, well, no, it didn't really. There was like certain groups who had attained a high level of seafaring capability and like technology. So there was the ones that like showed up and wrecked everything and enslaved people, and then there was the ones that like could compete with that. So like that's where you get the whole like, we're gonna win this, we're gonna win that, we're gonna like, it's that's what history is full of, is just like, okay, these guys are badass and they have this new tech, and like we just got wiped out, we just got our asses handed to us, like. And you either get a culture that retreats into themselves and accepts defeat and gets assimilated, or you get a culture that's like, okay, you won that fight, but you're not going to win the war. And if you think we're going to go down without a fucking like, like, even if you do kill us all, you will literally have to kill every single last fucking one of us, because even if there's just one of us left, he is going to be like that fucking, it'd be like that scene in The Last Samurai where Tom Cruise is just, it's one guy with a spear and there's 10 samurai trying to like get close enough to kill him. And then Hiratoro, I think his name is like, he's mine, and like confronts him, and then like looks like he's gonna win, kicks him on his back, and like goes to kill him, and Cruz just puts the fucking thing in his neck, and then that's when Katsumoto was like, whoa, 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 do not kill that man. He has earned his life. Do you know what I mean? He's after like fighting like what's the dream he has is a white tiger cornered, desperately clawing to stay alive, and it's like such a desire to live is like incredibly beautiful. Such a, like, imagine how proud the creator would be of such an individual or a culture that fights to the bitter end because they love life. They love being alive, despite the pain, despite the suffering, despite the sorrow, despite the tragedy, the heartache, all of it. They don't focus on that. They focus on life in every breath. Every cherry blossom is like perfect in its own right. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's the reason the Japanese culture is so beautiful, because they had all these earthquakes and they constantly had to rebuild. So like every time they got to a point where they felt some sense of belonging and comfort, it was taken from them by gods, not by man, by nature itself. And like they were just like, oh well, gotta do it again. And it's like you fall in love with the process of creation, not the creation itself. You don't fall in love with one painting. You fall in love with painting. It's like an incredibly beautiful thing to like philosophically analyze, where it's like, well, why fight? That's why. That's why you fight. You fight so that you can keep fighting. You fight because it is good to fight. It is like even your friends and shit. Like, and I had to learn that the hard. Well, like I did and didn't. I learned it in a fucked up way. Personally, I don't think your friends should be swinging at you for egotistical reasons and nonsense. But like, it did teach me that like there is a time to have confrontations that are like aggressive with those that you love, because I didn't understand that because of how I was raised. Like I was raised, for the most part, for the first like 14 odd years of my life, I was raised with love, and like only after I like essentially lose my family am I then introduced to the idea of choosing a family. But then I then had to learn what like what is the criteria that you adhere to select the right people and for the right reasons. You don't just pick people to be part of your family because you like hanging out with them. You know, it's a good starting point. But you have to adhere to stuff like everything I just mentioned, like honor, loyalty, love of things, love of the truth, the ability to grow, the ability to combat each other and not even necessarily come to a agreement, but an understanding, you know, a comprehensive what would you call it? A comprehensive like what's the word I'm looking for? Like not just understanding to comprehend, to understand, to like to really know. I think that's what I'm yeah, that's like the best word I think is like to know like that someone loves you and you love them for the right reasons, you know? It's like it's a really it's a very human, very powerful encapsulation of like what it is to be human is Picard's struggle against the Borg in Star Trek. Especially that movie, First Contact. It's fucking beautiful. Incredibly beautiful. Epic. Oh, it's nearly time for the phrase of the day. That was quick. Jesus, how long was that rant? Let me see. Okay. My beloved Japonaita, it is time for today's phrase of the day. Oh, sumimasen. With the help of my feathery friend, Tobias Speakus Cross, we shall announce today's phrase of the day. I'm really fighting the tiredness. All right, today's phrase of the day is as follows. When female complain of no magic in marriage, man become invisible. That's actually a really good one. When female complain of no magic in marriage, man become invisible. Oh, there's no magic. You're like, what the fuck? Like, just the visual of that in my head is hilarious. Like she's like bitching at you, like there's no magic in our marriage anymore. Oh yeah, and he's just gone. It's like, and she can hear your voice, but not she can't see you, and all she hears is like, what about now, bitch? Like, where did you go? What's going on? Oh, that's actually a brilliant one. Like, when female complain of no magic in marriage, man become invisible. That's fucking brilliant. Right, the bonus Polak joke of the day. Two Polish hunters were driving through the country to go bear hunting. They came upon a fork in the road where a sign read, "Bear left." So they went home. That's pretty funny. That's like a subtle one, like bear left. Oh, okay. Yeah, they just turn around and walk. The phrase and the joke were chef's kiss today, my friend. Excellent. Right, back to the tunes. Oh, fuck.
Alright. Let's just start messy tonight. Canvas blank under a soft blue light. I don't really know where this goes, but the colors answer. Slow and close. Yeah, looks sweet, but I kinda like it. Another layer, don't overthink it. Trust the process, trust your hand. Happy accidents, understand. Just keep painting, we'll figure it out. Line by line, doubt fades out. In the end, it always makes sense when you let go of perfection. Chat rolls by like a quiet tide. Good catch, yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna push the contrast more. Hope I open up another door.
This is really cool.
Just keep painting, we'll figure it out. Color speaks louder than doubt. Doesn't have to be clean or done. It's the journey that makes it fun. Let me zoom in so you can see every flaw, every possibility. Sometimes you ruin it to make it work. That's how art learns first.
Yeah, that was fucking good, man. That turned out really well. And some of the lines in that are like genuinely like really fucking like uplifting and very true, like, you know. What was that line? Fucking sometimes you gotta ruin it to make it work. It's so like it's so true. Like when you see that a lot with people that work with clay, where like they just smash it and like turn it back into a big lump and then like start shaping it again, like, you know. Like I've done that with paintings where you're just like, oh fuck this, and you just like, bleh, and you just start again, like, you know. It's so fucking true. That turned out really well. It would be really interesting to like slowly go through all the episodes and like just start transcribing them all and see what you get. Jesus Christ, like that alone would give you like fucking hundreds of songs. Like that's it. The fact that I have done like, what are we at now? Is that the latest number of episode? Is that like, are we on episode 412 of Painting Goo? But I've done 600 videos because like I've got 600 videos, 605 videos on my channel, but like it's not like every single fucking one of them is a Painting Goo stream. Like some of them are like clips of me playing Battlefield and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I was saying a few minutes ago. Is I've been shit with that lately, and I haven't fucking I haven't kept up with the fucking uploading to Rumble and you know, titling the fucking It's because I haven't been on the laptop like consistently. Because the female's like been away or like using the laptop or something. Um, so fucking on the phone, like I don't even think you can schedule that on the phone. I think you might be able to, but it's just a different format. But it's also like it's just different because I'm not using Streamlabs. Typically, when I open a laptop, I like go into Streamlabs and I schedule it from Streamlabs and shit. Like, shit, I'm only seeing that now. She fell off a ladder. Oh my god! Sorry to laugh, but like the way you worded it, she fell off a bleeding ladder. The ladder was bleeding. No wonder she fell. Blood is an excellent lubricant. That sounds so dark, but it's very true. Blood is an excellent lubricant. It's like, it's, it's the name of my next album. Blood is an excellent lubricant. Lamau, Jesus, dude. I know. That's like, I like, I, I think there's something extra hilarious about those moments where like you say something and you go, "Whoa, that was dark." Like, it's like when, like yesterday when Sabaru was like, "Whoa, that escalated really quickly." That's fucking like. Your words transformed into song form. Fuck yeah, I suppose that, yeah. There's me like, yeah, some of that was very true. It's like, that's what you said. It's like, I'm such a fucking fumbling retard. Hey Margie, how did your were you doing a drawing class yesterday? What you were doing something yesterday, weren't you? How's the puppy? Oh fuck. Lamau, Jesus, dude. Oh. Ah, Dick Fordu, welcome. Is Grifu-sama here? Did I say hi? I did not. My apologies, Grifu-sama. I just love saying that every time I see him in the chat. Oh, Grifu-sama! Fuck it. We need to do that one day. We should try and do that this year. I need you guys to, at some point, secure yourself a kimono and headband and tie your hair in the top knot if you can, and take a photo and then put it in black and white and then send it to me. And over time, what I'll try and do is I'll do like a watercolor caricature of all of us, and I'll like put us all lined up like samurai in one of those old school black and white photos from like when the Americans and the English like met the Japanese and shit, like from like the last samurai era. Like, like I think that would be the funniest, coolest, most legendary fucking thing ever. Is if we had a photo of the OG Japanites, like the Japanite clan, as fucking Grifu-sama would call it. I am so in love with the puppy. Man, these lyrics are really resonating with me. It's you. It's like, I'm such a bellend sometimes. I'm like the opposite of savant. Like, I'm like definitely like a fumbling fool. I really am. Like, I'm like the fool card. Like, I fucking like. This thing. Oh fuck! I love it. I wouldn't I wouldn't want to be any other way. Like, I make people laugh when I intend to, and I make people laugh when I do not intend to. It's the best. It's the best way to be. That's actually hilarious. Listening to this song, I mean, like, man, yeah, some of that is like these lyrics. Some of that was very true. Like, it's like it, it, they, oh, like, like all of you collectively just like slap your forehead. Everybody just face palms. Like, oh fuck. Bimbology 101. Oh Christ. Okay. Let me see. I'm craving nematode right now. When I went to the shop earlier on to like get something for dinner, I was singing the fucking which was in it, Osmosis, the one where it's like I fucking can't think of it now. Like fucking I'm starting to fade. I'm running on fumes right now. I can feel the squeeze. 10 billion gnashing teeth. Oh man, I can't do highs for the life of me. Like like, like it's like I start growling and I'm just like, there we go, that's better. Like, yeah, osmosis is class. I love that. Like, is that what you call that? The hook in that one? I can feel the squeeze deep beneath the feed. 10 billion gnashing teeth. Osmotic release. Like, it's fucking so cool, man. Like, out of everything both of yous have made, like there's a handful of ones that fucking Stabaru have made, like the ones that he made today. Like, Stabaru comes out with like fucking absolute bangers, and you can tell that he is an audiophile. And I'm not saying fucking Printer Bear isn't, but these 7 songs in the Nematode one are fucking really good. Like, really fucking good. Like, I find myself singing them. Unknowingly shining himself. I know, I'm unintentionally brown nosing myself. It's like, though, it's your ass you're blowing smoke up. Yeah. Huh? Oh shit, yeah. Try putting a belt around your nuts to hit those. No. I'd rather not be able to hit them than belt my nuts. Thank you very much.
It's magic, it's science, it's nature's art. From the forest floor to a gardener's heart. Wood vinegar, healing leaves and chasing scars. Wood vinegar makes the earth one with the stars.
Permy Bear planted the seed with his Black Gold song about biochar, and I went with it. Permy Bear is awesome. I love to hang out with that dude for a bit. Though his song is more like Imagine Dragons.
With vinegar. Healing leaves and chasing scars.
I need to reshape his mouth.
With vinegar. Makes the earth one with the stars.
If any of my stuff is any good, it's only because Printer Bear gave me the crash course. You are far too humble, my friend. Some of the shit you've made is fucking class, man. Like, wasn't it you that made Mighty Bitey? Isn't Mighty Bitey your one? Fucking brilliant. That's why I want the two of you to collab on like a few songs or something. Like, I'd love for the two of you to just like have a fucking, you know, a video call or some shit for about an hour and just like spitball, even just on one song. Like, I think it'd be like really good. Like individually, you've made some quality shit. So imagine what you could make together, like, you know. I love that.
Temperatures rise in his steaming heaps. He watches them breathe, he listens, he keeps a cauldron of compost, a witch's brew. What grows from the rot, only he ever knew. Turning it over, the circles begun. Feeding the dark till it breaks the
There's a theme of pearly white monsters lately. Glipshits is looking rather menacing. Yeah, like I want him to have that, like, you know, that kind of cheeky, like, fuck you. like he knows something you don't know. That was so funny with Wendy when she made the comment on fucking on Mighty Bitey. She was like, "Oh, and he flosses and brushes twice a day." And all. Like, it's like that's a really good point. I made his teeth like insanely white. Like, I think there's a part of me that thinks that's almost like somehow more intimidating. Like, because when you know, great whites. Like, you know when a great white comes out of the water, they're not like big yellow, gnarly looking like crocodile teeth or anything. They're fucking pristine bleach white blades of death. Like, and that's like in a sense maybe not more intimidating, but it's like a different kind of intimidating because it's like these teeth will these teeth will fuck you up. This shit will fuck you up.
Fingers weave through his veins. Every breath he takes smells like rain. Smells like rain.
This shit will fuck you up.
Turning over and over and I'm a crop in a cage. Sterile field, measured sage. Hands on me, hands on me. Hands on me, hands on me, hands on me, hands on me. Dose after dose just to breathe. Glyphosated. 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 They feed me chemicals. Call it keeping me alive. But the soil is numb. And I can feel the sky. Everything's controlled. Everything's restrained. They say it's healing. But I feel the change. Glyphosated. Torn and medicated. Barren yet cultivated. Gated, overregulated. I'm not growing. I'm complying. Roots dissolving, but still surviving.
We've discovered the esoteric naming of the great white shark.
It's maintaining. I am the product. You're sustaining. I can't escape the dose. I can't escape the dose. I can't escape. Glyphosated. Barren. Oversedated. Isolated. Glyphosated. Medicated. Medicated. One foot on the brake, gas pushed to the floor. So pumped in my veins, keep demanding me more. Glyphosated. Glyphosated. Glyphosated.
I think I'm gonna put some lilac spots on smear.
Glyphosated. Glyphosated.
The term sentient goop is hilarious. It'd be so funny for like if you had like get a scenario where like a bunch of Area 51 commandos or something like bust into a fucking crashed spaceship, and Pinleg is just standing there amidst a load of like mist and fog or whatever. Like, chap takes out his fucking laser blaster and like instantly disintegrates two of them, but then takes cover from the return fire. And then instead of throwing a grenade or something at them, he just like lifts up Smear and throws Smear at one of them, and Smear like wraps around him like jelly and just like suffocates the shit out of him. You just like imagine the other soldiers, like the ones beside him, just see this guy get like, like dude falls over and is just like scrambling to get this fucking green jelly off his head. Like, you're like, what the fuck is that thing? Like, while it's like wrapped around his head, suffocating him, it's like giving the fucking, it's flipping the other ones the bird and smiling at them or something. You cannot save your friend. Like, oh man, I need to fucking get into animation. I'd probably fall in love with it, like, do you know what I mean? But it's like, it's so like, I have a feeling that I'd probably much rather, like, the more I think about it, I'd probably much rather be an art, like a storyboard artist and director, rather than like, because I would probably find animating incredibly tedious. Just like, all right, do it again. Right, now do it again slightly different. Now do it again slightly different. Now do it again slightly different. Now do it. But I don't mind storyboarding. I actually quite enjoy it. When I did that little those 5-panel things for your man Caleb, for that local it's like a history thing or some shit. Like, I do really enjoy going, this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. But like, slowly frame by frame animating that, I don't know, like, I get the feeling that I'd just be like, oh god, this is taking forever, like, you know. And that, like, that's why I love stuff like Akira and, like, you know, Samurai Jack and like Dragon Ball and all these things, because like, I just, anytime I see shit like that, I'm like, oh my god, how many frames was that? Like, just that laser blast or just that explosion, or how many times did they have to like redraw and redo that fucking fight scene that's like only 15 seconds long? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like so much work for like, not that it's so little payoff, because the payoff is actually huge when you think about it, but it's like, relatively and comparatively speaking, it's like weeks or months of work for just this like small thing, you know. And I'm not saying that's bad or anything. It's just like, me personally, like, for me, trying to objectively analyze myself, I really enjoy working on something and then moving on. Like, I really enjoy shitting out an idea out of my head and then going, next one, next one, next one, next one, next one. Like, I think that's probably why I didn't stick with doing Redhead, because like, I did like 4 or 5 panels and I kept having that thing of like, oh, is this panel communicating what I wanted to communicate? Is the audience or the viewer, the witness, going to see what I want them to see? Like, your man Alan in the community thing suggested that I look up a book called the 12 Rules of Animation or something, the 12 Laws of Animation. Because I was talking about something like the same thing always happens. Like, I'll show somebody something, and because I showed them Hugh the Home, the little blue guy with the pink horns holding on to, he has a halo on a string. It was one of my first ones from like years ago. Jesus, the fucking laptop's taken off to space. people always turn around to me and they're like, "Oh, have you ever thought about getting into animation?" And I'm like, "Yeah, all the time." But it's like, I don't know. It seems like such a daunting task to me. But maybe that's why I should like try my hand at it. Like, maybe I'd get addicted to it. Maybe it's one of those things that I don't really know about myself. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like I'm fairly confident that I know myself at this stage, after like all the shit that I've been through and the progress that I've made, and where I'm at now in life. I think I could fairly confidently say that I know myself. But I'm also not arrogant enough to be like, to have a great amount of conviction when I say that. Like, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I know myself. I would be more like, I think I know myself, which in itself kind of, it's like a self admittance that it's like you don't really know yourself. Like, do you know what I mean? Which is kind of funny. It's merely an attempt to not be arrogant, because some people would see it that way. You're like, oh, you know yourself. It's like, yeah, I know who I am. I know what I am. And I don't believe it. I'm pretty sure that I know it. I suppose it's not just a sense of trying to be humble. It's also it's that I leave room for the fact that I could be wrong. That's what it is. I always like to leave that little bit of space at the end to be like, I could be wrong. I think that's important. Because I don't think you could like sure, it's like you could know that this is a brush and it is orange and black. But do you know exactly what kind of orange? And like, do you start to enter the realm of subjectivity and opinion then? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I know I'm creative. I mean, I know I'm intelligent. I know I'm, all these things that I could list off. But like, I wouldn't state the claim I know myself like 100%. Because to me, that smells of arrogance. Anyway. It's like the ballistic block things you you test fire rounds in. He just absorbs fire. Yeah, a fucking ballistic gel. Yeah, totally. Fucking like the yeah, like imagine being like fucking oh, I dropped the bitch. Oh, where'd she go? Come here to me, you skinny fuck. Like Penn like picks Smear up and chucks him at one of the soldiers' heads, and he like wraps around him like jelly, and they're all the soldier manages to like pull him down enough to scream. He's like, "Get this thing off me!" And then like a really strong elastic band, it like thump and like goes back up, and all of them are just like, shoot it, and, like, and like all the rounds just get either absorbed or bounce off, and like a few of them get killed from the ricochets, and the other bullets like lodge slowly into your man's fucking head, because they're like when you shoot a fucking high power round into water, it kind of just like disintegrates on impact, because the nature of the liquid like fucking disperses all the kinetic energy and shit. Like, you ever see that shit? That was on Mythbusters. That was one of the most fascinating things I ever saw, was them fire a 50 cal round into a Olympic sized swimming pool, and the fucking thing just like vaporizes like it turns to pure shrapnel on impact, because it's going so fast and it has so much mass that when it hits the water, it just shatters. So like, you actually have a higher probability of killing someone with a bow and arrow if they go into deep water, like beyond something like 5 or 6 feet. you actually have way more of a chance of using a harpoon or a fucking like really low velocity rounds, or a spear or a bow and arrow or something like that, like versus something like a like a fucking high velocity 5.56 or a 50 cal or something like that. Like they'll just shatter on impact, and what like, the second they hit the surface of the water, pretty much, they just fucking, it's like a grenade going off. Like, fascinating. Water as an element, as in a medium, is just like fucking crazy cool. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, alchemically speaking, it's like the universal solvent and all this fucking shit. Like, it's used in so many things. It does so many things. It conducts electricity and all this fucking shit. It's like, water's so cool. Like, um, did you give Pinleg tits? I'm trying not to give him tits, but I'm trying to like show the shininess of the suit. I know it kind of does look like I gave him tits. I'm trying to like, maybe if I just make it like shiny in a different place. Because I tried to do the shine on his belly as well, and it like I keep getting it wrong. I'm not that good yet with clothing and like certain materials. Like I'm getting there with organic stuff and rocks. I'm getting there with organic stuff and rocks, but like the like things like plastic and metal. Like Niggle and Night turned out okay, but that's because it was quite big, so I had lots of room to work with. But yeah, the shine on the plastic is it's a bit of a challenge, all right. I did notice that myself a while ago. I was like, it kind of looked like I gave him tits. But yeah, I suppose it's like if the shine should be more uniform then. I'll see now when that shows up. It's not just your small screen. You're totally right. Because I did notice it myself a while ago. It's not just you. Not at all. The stream's actually way behind on the laptop. Because when I'm looking at the laptop, I still haven't done what I just did. It's way behind. Oh, because it's not live. I must have accidentally hit it a while ago. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make it a bit more shiny. Yeah, he has tits on my TV too. It's not just you, Stavro. Glistening tits, not just tits, glistening tits. You don't know until you go. Maybe you should do a crash course in animation. Yeah, like I was thinking about that a while. Was it three? No, it wasn't Three Top Bear. There was a bear that was offering fucking like fucking free animation classes and stuff. But it's like, it's one of those things where anytime I've thought about it, I've wanted to, I suppose, like now that I'm saying it, it's kind of like, yeah, well, like it can't be ideal all the time. What I would like to be able to do, that's a bit better. It's a little bit better. I just want to show that like he does have pecs, and that like the light is like shining off the apex points of the suit, and the suit is like a shiny plastic or rubber or something, like, because I keep trying to like show the shine in certain places, and it keeps not looking. I keep getting it off. It just looks off to me. But what was I saying? Yeah, like anytime I think about learning how to animate, it's not necessarily that it seems like a daunting task. Like I actually think I'd be fairly good at it. Like, do you know what I mean? But I want to give it like the respect it's due in the sense that like I know. Again, I'm not like arrogant in the sense that like when I think about trying to learn how to do it, I'm like I need to dedicate time to that. And I for the last couple of years because of the situation with my finances and like the way things are, it's like I just don't think or feel like I can afford to like even spend an hour a day learning how to animate on top of everything that I'm doing. Realistically, I could, um, but then I'd probably be even more tired than I am every couple of days, you know, because I still get that every so often, like today, where even when I stick to my routine, you know, like I'll be in bed by 11:30, trying to go sleep by midnight or earlier, and sometimes I just can't get to sleep till like 4 in the fucking morning, like you know. And there's been times where I'm lying there in bed for like 2 hours. I'm like, fuck this, I'm just gonna get up and do something productive, and hopefully that'll tire me out. But then I don't wake up till like, you know, 11, 12, 1, 2 p.m. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, Jesus Christ, like half the fucking day is gone, like, you know, and I have all this shit to do. And then I end up staying late. I end up staying up late again, like, you know, and like that has affected my health, you know, um, and my moods and shit. Like, so I've tried to balance things where I'm like, okay, so I can only do, at least for the moment, I can do like symmetrical work, character design, like, you know, improve my drawing, improve my painting, but also like, you know, make sure I do all the fucking house stuff that needs to be done because like the amount of times where I've forgotten to do the drain out the back garden and the neighbor texts me, it's like, hey, sorry to bother you, but that's happened again. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, and especially now in the winter where like it takes me like an hour or so to like warm up in the mornings. Like, you know, I'm just exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. Like, and it's like there is a part of me that kind of knows that there's something in me that's avoiding it, which is usually a sign that I should do it, you know. So I have been thinking that lately, where I was thinking it last night after your one Kira said it to me. Like I was showing her the stuff, and have you ever thought about getting into animation? And I'm like just laughing, like yeah, all the fucking time. Because like with the combination of like you guys making music, like and you know, fucking me like designing shit, and you guys like designing shit with me. I've said it before. Like we can make cartoons for the bears. We can make cartoons for painting goo. Like do you know what I mean? And like we could, you know, throw something up on fucking like you seen what happened when fucking Mountain Bear was doing that stuff. Fucking blew up on things like Twitter and all. Like do you know what I mean? Like. And like it's not even about like making a shit ton of money, even though I think it would. I think it would make a shit ton of money, especially if we did both. Where it's like we make stuff for the bears that's like controversial, you know, for the fucking normies. But then we can make stuff like this that's like, you know, what's controversial about this? It's just fucking funny and fun and cool, you know. So like. I mean, obviously, you get people turn around and be like, "Why did you call him Globstein?" You know, like it's like whatever, fuck you guys. Um, but I think we can make a serious amount of bank. And I like anytime I think like the last like 5 years, anytime I think about making a fuckload of money, the first thing I think about is funneling at least half of it back into the bear community, going to a Bartaria festival, donating to the like you know donating the 400 or whatever, like you know, and like actively being like you know a much more of a supporting like node in the bear community where like I could make a lot of money and like help. I want to help, you know. Like if I had a few grand on me right now, I'd just be chucking it at Owen and be like, build the fucking toilets. Like, um, you see what I mean with the shine? It's like it's not really working out right. But I suppose if I just like, because it's supposed to be that kind of like rubber plastic shit, like you know. So if I just follow the form, trust the process, follow the form, and then just go back in with yellow or something. But yeah, we'll see. My anatomy art teacher worked for some of the major studios for over 30 years. He did animation. I'd love to be able to. I know I'm always saying this, but like I would love to be able to, whatever about animation. I'd love to be able to have the money to go over to Japan and shadow a watercolor artist. Them Japanese watercolor artists. I'd love to be able to shadow one of those guys for like a few months. You know, like fucking if I had the money to like essentially move me and the missus over there for a while. But that's all. Like when I think about it, like as I'm saying it, like the way things are going, I don't think. Like I said this like a year ago. I don't think it's going to be long before I have enough money to do what I need to do. You know, the way the community stuff is going, people clearly value what I do and how I do it, not just what I do, but how I do it, which is fucking great. You know, it's an honor to be able to like do what I did for people like Wendy, and like it really like it is. It's like I that thing that happened with Wendy. Like I just it really hit my soul in a positive way because she is an incredible artist. Like she can draw, she can paint. You should see the little diorama stuff that she does, the felting. She is an incredible artist. And seeing her struggle with something that I like don't struggle with at all. Like I'm like relatively speaking, comparatively speaking, I'm like a fucking master at random shit compared to her. Like, do you know what I mean? Like someone could just go make something and I'll just like bleh, and just like shit something out. And she just couldn't do it. She needed like, you know, I'm going to do this. And watching her go through that and being able to help her through it and see her get past it and pull something off, man, like my soul is still feeding off that like vibration to this day. Like, and it was like months ago. It's like what people say. It's like what the Bears say about like every time they go to a bear festival, they're like vibrating after it because they're just like, oh my god, that was amazing. Like these people are so cool and the energy is so intense and like it's the same shit. Like being around people who you just like resonate with, like, you know. So flubber but deadly, yeah, and with eyes. Flubber didn't have any eyes. Smear's got eyes. Dude survived and be like, what the fuck, you shot at my head? Yeah, I was thinking that as I was saying it, that if he survived the scenario, they'd be like in the debriefing room later, like taking their armor off and like cleaning their guns, and like you just turn around and go, are we not going to talk about how you guys just like didn't even hesitate to shoot me in the fucking head? And they're all kind of just like giving each other side eye and like, I mean, like, it's a fucking alien, dude. I mean, like, so, like, like, that's such a funny idea. That's such a funny scene. You know, like, fucking, oh my god, what the fuck? Shoot it! Like, and he's like, like, and then it just cuts to later that day in the barracks where they're fucking cleaning everything. It's like, can't believe you guys didn't even hesitate. Like, it was so funny. Oh, I think he's pregnant. Nah, he's just fat. Well, not fat. It's but like he has a, what would you call it? A pot belly. A pot belly. I'm making chicken carbonara. I don't think I've ever had chicken carbonara. Anytime I've ever had carbonara, it's had ham or bacon in it. I love carbonara. It's delicious. I'm glad you got to do that for Wendy. It gives you fabulous feeling. Yeah, it's like seriously one of the. I think it was like, at least so far, it was like one of the defining moments of my life. Was being in that room with them and seeing her struggle, because she was the only one struggling. Everybody else was doing something. She was sitting there for about 5 minutes straight, and you could see it. She was she was hating on herself, and she was getting really upset and really self-conscious, and then the second I pointed it out, and I was like, like, are you okay? Like, you haven't drawn it and yet, like, and she was like, I just can't do it and all. And I could see the tears welling up in her eyes, and I was like, yes, you can. Like, obviously I didn't lock eyes with her and maintain eye contact with her. That would have been incredibly intense, like, but I was like, you can do this, like, do you know what I mean? And then I know it was a bit of a Hail Mary, but like, because I knew enough about her, I understand pain. I understand what trauma does to you. I I understand due to yourself as a result of other people doing things to you. And it's an incredibly dark and tragic thing that a lot of people don't understand, that they don't know how to deal with it. And I saw it in her. And it's like, to me, that's what's really valuable. Like, do you know what I mean? That's like fucking that's what's really valuable. Not money, not gold, not anything material. The ability to connect on that kind of level. Ugh. Fucking. Ugh. I understand it. And it's not something to be ashamed of, to have that kind of pain sitting in you for years, It destroys people. It really does. It destroys people. And I know that. So when I saw it in her, I was like, and I know a lot of people would be like, oh my God, like, fucking you people are so like sensitive and weak. Can you not just like, just paint something, bitch? And it's like, it's a part of being alive that a lot of us have forgotten. It's a part of being alive that, as far as I'm concerned, most of us have forgotten. And we were talking about that last night. I like one of the women in the thing was saying that it was only, I won't say her name or anything, like, only when her aunt died. That's mad, actually, because I think it was her aunt. And like Emmanuel's aunt is after dying. Like, uh, only when her aunt died, and she had to go clean out all of her belongings out of her house, did she understand how tragic it was. Because her aunt worked in a lab during COVID and ended up having so her aunt like worked decades very diligently and expertly and gave so much of herself into like pensions and like, you know, all this stuff. And in the end, she only got 3 months of like retirement or whatever before she passed away from an autoimmune disease that was caused by working in that lab. They said post-mortem that like somebody like her with her, you know, particular genetic makeup should not have been working around those materials. That's what killed her, was working in that environment. And she had to go in and you know, sort out all of her stuff because she didn't have anyone. And it was only after witnessing that and feeling how utterly fucking tragic that was that she decided to just be like, you know what, fuck this. Like, I'm not gonna care anymore about like insurance and pensions and, you know, debt and all this fucking stuff and like, you know, money and like you know, this is, there's more to life than work. There's more, like, you know, not work, because, you know, like work will set you free and you should love work and love what you do, but like there's more to life than just being a slave to some kind of monetary system or like, you know, to a system, you know. And I was like, it's people like us that are blessed, because despite how tragic these moments are, despite how like fucked up these dark places that we visit are, it's in those fucked up dark places, it's in your lowest moments, or when you, even if it's not you that's at a low moment, if you witness something like traumatizing or horrifying, that's quite often what reminds you what is truly important in life. I call it like I was like, it's a catalyzing moment. You know, those moments are the catalyst to you just like, boom, just like exploding forth into this completely different mindset. Breaking from the matrix, you could call it, or whatever. Lifting the veil, seeing behind the curtain. That's how she described it, was she saw behind the curtain. Because she was just sifting through someone's life, a member of her family that she, you know, knew and loved, and she finds herself sifting through this woman's life and just feeling how utterly tragic it all was, you know. And she's got kids and all, so she's like, no, fuck this, that's not going to be me, like I'm not going to go down that road, like, you know. And I get it. And Wendy gets it, you know. It's that realization that like things do not have to be this way or whatever. They can be another way. It's a choice. It's all a choice. And like that's what holds meaning for me. I've never cared about money. I like having money when I have it. I like being able to buy stuff for people. I like being able to go do stuff and buy stuff for myself, whether it be a useful tool or like, you know, a collector's item or something that I can nerd out on, you know. Like I've always wanted to fucking buy myself like a legitimate katana, you know, like shit like that. Like I've always, and not just to like hang it up on a wall, but to like actually train with it and like learn how to use it and shit, like, and get myself like the what are they called, the takamaki mats or whatever, like, and fucking learn how to like hold proper blade alignment and all this shit. Like, actually, actually live life, you know, not slave away to just keep getting money, to keep spending on stuff that doesn't matter because you just keep needing more money to flourish, to thrive, not just survive. Surviving isn't living, you know. And that's what most people are doing, is they're just surviving, they're just getting by, they're just getting along. And it's fucking tragic, man. And like the things, the people, the forces that look you in the eye and tell you that you should just like keep your mouth shut and just keep your head down and keep swinging that pickaxe and mining away in the dark. I think it's the only thing that I still hold a bit of hatred in my heart for. Because I don't hate anything, really, except for that. It's the one thing left in my heart that, like, I detest. You know, like, if it was in front of me in a corporeal, physical form, I would rip it asunder with all my might, you know? And that's where you get that incredible level of frustration where it's like, it's not something that you can lay your hands on, you know? It is a it is a battle of the mind and of the heart and of the spirit, you know. We 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 battle against forces, you know, that are immaterial and all this stuff, like, and it's fucking hard, especially when you do it on your own, you know. And like I got incredible catharsis from that conversation last night with them. Like, I could see it in them too, that they got it too, that they felt calm and and uh, they felt home and like safe, you know, not like the fight or flight response like finally stopped because you were surrounded by a group of people that understood you, you know. And it has nothing to do with the color of your skin or what religious texts you read or what God you pray to or any of these things. All it is being good, true, and beautiful, being human. You know? It's the right way to be, like. And I know that. And seeing it in other people is like, there's no price to that. You know? Really is like, it's one of the moments in my life that, like, you know, like, fucking it still gets me really emotional, like, because it was an honor, you know. I didn't plan for it. I didn't even know if it was going to have a positive effect when I did it, you know. I could have really offended her and hurt her. I could have embarrassed her, you know. But it worked. And it was fucking incredible to be in that room, and for like, it wasn't just me and Wendy, like everybody felt it, you know. It's fucking awesome, man. I had a dream I was shot in the head. A man came because I said I was Samson. He was tall with a blonde mustache and had a green rain mac on. Jesus, that's intense. I had a dream I was shot in the head. Like, so, like, did you get shot in the head and you were like, you died and like went to another place and you were like walking around and encountered this person, or like were you like lying there immobile? That's mad. Like, man, dreams are fascinating. Trying to understand what they mean and all. Like, life is a mystery. Yeah, too fucking right. Like, great trait you have. Thanks, Margie. Yeah, it's like Wendy said the same thing. That like that's kind of like my ability or something, you know. And it's like I was talking about earlier. It's like I don't think I was like born with it. I think you only develop shit like that like through fucking like pain, like horrible pain, and then getting through it, being able to laugh at it, being able to feel pain like that, and then joke about it. Like I've told that story before, where that friend that my mother slept with and all, like a year after the fact or whatever, we were in my kitchen and my ma was being a psycho bitch, and I was giving out about her, and my friend was like, "Oh man, fuck your ma," and I was like, "You did," and he laughed, but he was like, it was very similar to like a while ago when Matt was like, no, like Lamau, but like, dude, that's really dark. It's like, yeah, it is. It is dark. You know, and that's okay. We are we are not just light in a meat suit. We are light and dark in a meat suit. You know, you're not just this shining bright soul with nothing but pure fucking. I don't believe that. I don't believe that like you know all human beings are like intrinsically good and all. Not bullshit, man. Some of us are fucking evil. You know, like that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like the only reason why wicked people exist is because they vacate and they get fucking uh what would you call it? Like they get possessed or inhabited by like wicked etherical demonic shit. That could be the case. I'd prefer that to be the truth. I think it'd be really cool to like know that like no, like humans are good, you know. But like you see all the time that like you have people who are really good people, and then for some reason one of their kids is just an absolute monster, and like they didn't traumatize him. He didn't have a hard life or anything. He's just a little dickhead. Like I think that's true. I think that's true. I believe that because otherwise it wouldn't work if we're all just good, you know. I mean, sure, you can make the argument that that's why, like, groups like the Illuminati and the Hidden Hand and, like, the occult, like, they know that humans are just good. So they do bad shit to, like, create equilibrium. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible. Um, Life is a mystery. Yeah. That's what's awesome about it. Everyday skill day, nigga. Our deepest and most profound meaning is found in pain. Look at Jesus. Yeah, you know, it is. It's like it's really fucking cool and like ironic, but also makes a lot of sense that like the one man who has like made an incredible, long-lasting impact on all of us, most of us, many of us, um, is a guy who was like just willing to suffer for others, because he wasn't suffering for a selfish reason. He was suffering because he was like, no, this has to be done. Everybody needs to see that these guys are hypocrites and they're evil, and like, look at how they're going to treat me just because I spoke the truth. Look at what they're willing to do to me. Look at them behave like monsters because all I did was flip a table and tell them that they're wrong. You know, you're insulting your father with your behavior. You know, and then look at them. Look at what they do. Genius move when you think about it. Like that is some 5D chess shit. Like, you know, I'm going to just let them do. I will let their will. I will let them engage in thy will be done. To me, not other people. To me, I'll take it. I'll take the hits, and everybody will see, and then people will know. You know. Now, whether it actually went down like that, whether it actually fucking, you know, I don't know. I don't doubt the message. I doubt the reality of, like, whether or not it actually happened the way that they say it went down. You know, and that's not because of, that's not because I doubt the character or the whatever of Jesus or the message of Jesus. Because, like, you know, the message is profound and incredible, and, you know, you're really like, when you think about it, you're like, fuck yeah, that's really true. Like, but like, they've lied about so much shit, and like the books are full of like so much bullshit that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you were actually able to like time travel and go back, that it went down completely differently. Like, you know, like a toxic buildup. Yeah. Yeah, when you hold that much pain in you for that long, it's only a matter of time before it kills you, or you kill yourself. Um, it's called being awestruck at the creation, our most valuable gift. Yeah, realizing, remembering, because like when you're a kid, like everything's like, oh my god, wow, like, you know, and then you grow up in quotes, and somewhere along the line you forget that being alive is just like fucking the coolest thing ever. You become bitter and apathetic and distracted and all these things. And you get those moments that remind you that just being able to breathe, just being able to see things, just being able to go for a walk, just being able to watch a robin just hop along. Like, how could you choose to leave such a place, you know? Part of me still feels great shame that I nearly did that. You know, part of me still feels like weak. Part of me still feels guilty and shamed that I let myself go to that place nearly. I got so close. There's so much that I could help my grandchildren with and tell them about by, oh, but they think they know everything. Yeah, well, that's just an immaturity thing, you know, thinking you know everything. I mean, I know shit, and I know I'm intelligent, but I know, like, at the same time, I know fucking nothing, relatively. But I like being like that because then I learn new shit all the time, you know, constantly improving, constantly like changing, but not in a way that changes who I am. It changes how I am. If it's not coming through a blue screen, they won't take it seriously, Margie. It's a terrible trap for humanity. The kids don't know how to relate to each other. I think we're getting back though. There's a whole slew of kids that are like, totally against AI, totally against like watching screens and all that shit. Like, have hope. I have hope. Despite how angry I get, and despite like how tired I am, and how angry I can get, like I do have hope because of people like the Bears, because of people like you, because of people like Margie, because of people like Owen. I have hope. I think we've already won. You know, it's just a matter of time. We've already won. Like the good guys always win, always. Even in the one story that I've witnessed, which I actually thought was pretty cool, but like the one story I've witnessed that ends with all the good guys being killed is was the TV show Mortal Kombat Conquest or Mortal Kombat Legends or something, where Liu Kang, uh, Johnny Cage, Sonya, like they all got killed in the end. They all got killed in the end. Um, they got overwhelmed and they all died. But for some reason, it didn't feel like foreboding or like evil or anything. You were like, oh my god, like fuck, that's tragic. Like but it's like Jesus. Like what? Why did they get killed? Well, like they fought an overwhelming force and they lost. But the fact that like there was only like three or four of them, and they're like, you know, it was a really good example of rage against the dying of the light. There was only a handful of them, and they were like horrifically outnumbered. They still fought. They all died, and that battle was lost. But there's still a whole like outworld and the nether realm and earth realm and all, like, do you know what I mean? It's like that doesn't mean that evil wins forever. It just means evil won that day. But you'd never see evil people do that. You'd never see three or four evil people stand against an entire tide of good people. It doesn't work like that. Evil people can only fight when they outnumber you. That's what makes it fun. um, where am I? If it's not, oh no, I already read that one. I know they play games and ride four wheelers, but they have to come here to ride them. Playing games isn't bad, as long as they don't do it too much and as long as they play the right ones, they'll be fine. Remember, Defender, to give thanks for even a cup of water. The getting of stuff is a huge distraction from being grateful. No, yeah, I try to do that. Sometimes I get days where I'm not like that. Um, like I said, I struggle with being tired. I struggle with being angry. Um, but most of the time, because I remember where I was and then realize where I am now. Um, I like, in my own way, I like take a moment and I say thank you. I talk to whatever God is in a way that feels honest and genuine and authentic to me. Sometimes I get on my knees, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just take a moment, close my eyes, and I just like really mean it. And I'm like, thank you, you know. playing games is kind of good for them because they play with their younger cousins up north in Iowa. Now, it's one of the reasons I'll always tell people that video games aren't a bad thing. It's like anything else. It's like guns are bad. Fuck it. It's like no, guns aren't bad. People can be bad. Video games aren't bad. People can do stupid shit. Like they'll get addicted. They'll play them too much. They'll prioritize playing a video game over living life. Obviously, that's a mistake. But video games are interactive art, and like when you think of it like that, I think video games are a medium in which people can, like, from my personal experience, there's been video games I've played that have made me cry. You know, there's been video games that like have like incredibly profound meaning in them. Even something like Devil May Cry, you have the like the on the face of it, it's just like, oh, you mean that like anime fucking hack and slash thing that's like got demons in it or whatever? Like, it's like, yeah, but the guy in the red coat is called Dante, and his twin brother is called Virgil, and he's in a blue coat, and one of them is obsessed with gaining power, and the other one is, I wouldn't say obsessed, but like motivated and driven to stop him and the other evil forces, like, and their father was a demon and their mother was an angel. It was actually a really beautiful story. You know, their father Sparta was the only demon knight in the hierarchy of the demon world that felt empathy and pity for humans, and was the only one that like related in some kind of way, and he ended up falling in love with an angel, I think, I think she might have been human. I think, yeah, they had a human mother and a demon father, which in a lot of ways I fucking relate to. You know, like, I've always like when I showed Wendy the picture of Hugh the Home, the little blue guy with the pink horns and the halo, she was like, "That's you." I was like, "Yeah, you're fucking right." Like, I spent a lot of time thinking that I was a fucking monster and I didn't deserve anything. Spent a lot of, like, part of me still feels like that. It's small, but it's still there. I spent a lot of time thinking I was a monster. I didn't deserve shit. Um, so why would I bother? And then just like clinging desperately to whatever good parts were left. Trying to focus on that. You're a good man. Thanks, Margie. You're a good woman. It's when you realize you aren't crazy, you're not alone. Why I love yous all. The Bears, Japanites, adjacent, adjacents. I love it. I love the way the third group there is called adjacents. I love you too, nigga. You're a good man. You're a fucking good man. A kite rises against the wind. The harder the storm blows against you, the closer to the heavens you get. Yeah. Quite often, pleasure is a trap. Margie just giving everybody love. That's why everybody loves Margie. I have moved to the third floor where our bedroom is from the basement. I call Billy if I need something. Was it like if you got difficulty getting up and down the stairs now or something? Are you okay? Don't put yourself down. I know. I'm just being honest. I think I have a tendency these days to, like, there's a small part of me that's like, people love me, I'm awesome. And it's like, yeah, you pull that back a bit. Like, the good guys win. I like it. I ain't no guy, nigga. But yeah, the good guys always win. a lot of people don't know what they a lot of people don't know that what they see might not be real because of AI and Photoshop. Yeah, tell me about it. It's really unfortunate how much the trickery, the deception, it's only getting more intense for a lot of people. That's another reason I feel blessed is because like I saw behind the curtain before the curtain got more sophisticated. You know. Um, I talk to God when I take a break from talking to myself. I relate to that a lot. I figure when I'm talking to myself that God is listening. Yeah, yeah, I get that. I talk to myself a ton. When I talk to God, there's usually a sense of like uh quite often when I talk to God I feel like I'm like I literally am like a little boy kind of like who just like broke something and I'm kind of like walking up being like like that yeah, shame. I feel a lot of the time it's because I feel ashamed because I haven't had said thank you recently because I got angry and lost my cool or because I'm failing at something. So there's quite often a sense of shame when I talk to God. Like when I walk up, like if I was to walk up to him and he was in his throne or something like that, like I'd walk up and I'd have my head bowed because like I couldn't even look him in the eye. Like, yeah, I know I'm fucking up, okay? I'm sorry. Like, oh no, Rosemary's Baby. What's what's Rosemary's Baby? I've heard that. I've heard that before. Is that a movie or a story? This is same thing, really, I suppose. You're very sweet to say that, Margie. It's an honor to know each of you. You're all a blessing in your own ways. Yeah, that includes you, nigga. Um, Saying back at you, Desmond. Yeah, that includes you, nigga. I had a really bad fall on the 13th of December and my legs are weaker. Ah, sorry to hear that, Margie. I'd, I'd encourage you to do some squats, but it'd probably just fuck you up. You know, take it easy. That's all you can do. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Old movie. She gets pregnant by the devil. Pregnant by the devil. Man, that's a fucked up. Instead of an immaculate conception by God, it's an immaculate conception by Satan or the devil. Do you know what? I've never actually seen The Omen about that, like the demon child. Never actually watched that. Anyway, like half an hour over, fucking, and I'm sure you guys are. Well, I was about to say I'm sure you guys are sick of me talking about like emotional shit and all. Like, but I like the truth is you're probably not, and you're like more than willing to hear me wax philosophic and fucking emotional shit. Share my feelings. I gotta fucking make dinner. And it's gonna take me a while because I got myself some beef, bitch. It's Friday, isn't it? Right. Fucking I'm all snotty. Well, not really saluted. Ugh. Fuck. Ugh. Damn you, emotions. Right, my beloved Japonita. This concludes today's painting. I hope you all have a glorious weekend. Be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I will see you Monday, 4 p.m. GMT. Be there. Remember to like and subscribe. Smash that like button Reagan has insulted your ancestors. And I will see you soon. Sayonara. Emotions are gay, cries, many such cases. I'll see you all later. Much love.